Okay, thanks very much for joining. This is Palatine Games, and you're watching us play Nine Kings. We did a video on this the other day, and we're going to play it again and see how we get to. We got very, very close last time. If you haven't seen that, I think we got down to 10 enemy troops, and then they just made it into our what looked like a very heavily armed castle without any problems. But I guess that's how it goes sometimes. Right, let's see if we can do better this time. I haven't got to a point where I could unlock any of these kings, so I'm gonna. Last time we did King of Spells. This time I'm going to do King of Nothing. That is, I'm still going to stick on Peasant difficulty. Oh, I've got a perk. Let's see. Oh, so you can sort of slowly level up. Oh, start with 1+1 random unlocked plot per rank. Okay, that sounds good. Special cards, 10% more chance. +1 royal decree option per rank. Losing a life gives you +30. I don't really know what the ranks are, if I'm going to be completely honest. 3 more times per rank. I feel like the plots are pretty important. I feel like the plots are really quite crucial. So let's do that. And let's go back. I'm going to keep it a peasant because I haven't won yet. So this could be it. Now with this additional... there we go. So we've got an extra. That's really helpful. So what I'm thinking of is sort of something like we did last time. Have a 2 boosting, have 2 sort of boosting cards here and here. Have troops here and here, and so that means that this castle should go here. I think. Right. I want. Let's see. Every year adds +1 unit to one adjacent troop. I think the most sensible thing to do is to put some soldiers here. Okay, so with the King of Nothing, you've got this catapult type thing, and I just completely missed my first shot. But there we go. That's quite funny, actually. Right, this is interesting. Add 9 units to selected troops. Every year adds +2% HP to adjacent troops. That's quite good. I do like the idea of the castle upgrade, but that is really quite something. Okay, +2% HP. So I'm going to be growing some strong troops. Okay, and we've got long enough that that'll have time to sort of work its magic. Right, what I really need now are troops. Destroy target plot to receive. I don't need to destroy anything yet. Spend 30 gold to increase every stat of a troop or tower by 15%. Hum hum hum. I don't really have 30 gold. Midas Touch is probably the best of those. I kind of want to, yeah. Let me see. Cancels the first hit the target unit would take. Let's do this and get some gold. So those are the boars. I think in the last video I was kind of unclear about the value of those, and I'm still unclear. They don't look great. Right, so I can upgrade my castle, I can add a poison stack to the enemy, or I can have this sort of defensive structure that traps enemies 3 routes per level. I don't know if it traps multiple enemies. This is the most straightforwardly useful one. Upgrade the castle. Okay, right. I do think there's a stroke of design genius to give you just enough to do in this game, in these these battles without it really being too overwhelming. Right, so I think we need a ranged attacker. Every poison effect is now applied twice. That's kind of interesting. It's very specific, so if you had lots of poison going on, that would be brilliant. Doubles critical damage, and your buildings apply their effects one more time. I kind of like that. That might be quite useful. Okay, let's do that. I kind of like the way that might stack. Right, there's archers. Okay, so we've pretty much doubled the number of troops that we've got on the field. Okay, and boom, and it's fairly straightforward. I know we're on very easy difficulty. Summons a fighting spore every 9 seconds in battle. Spores accumulate every battle. Spores accumulate. Does that mean there's more spores after every battle? Let's give it a go. Let's find out. Right, let's put that there. Okay, so we've got our troops are sort of slowly gaining in terms of HP. Oh, so this one, they have these little, I don't know what they're called, like gnomes or something. They kind of go I just made that up. I have no idea what they're called. But they go behind enemy lines and they're quite tricky. Right, there's a question about whether I get a vault. +3 gold at the end of every year. I think I'd rather have this one, to be honest. Increase every stat of a troop or tower by 15%. The prophet is foreseen a blessing in 9 years. What's the blessing? Prosperity. If you have 20 gold or less by the year of the prophecy, multiplies your gold by 9. So I think by the year of the prophecy, so I think I need to, so that is year 9. Yeah, this is one of those things where do I fully understand what it's saying to me? How to pass that? There we go. 15% stats boost for my swordsman. They're pretty important. Okay, I'm trying to find big collections of these bad guys. Our swordsmen are doing okay. What's this? Is there some kind of wizard or something? No, don't know what that was. Levels up target plot, shoots powerful single target arrows. Scout tower. I think this is the one to go for. And again, if we level that up, that's quite good, isn't it? That's like, was that 6%? Is that plus 2% times 3? I think these are like little defensive. Oh, these are the spores. These are the spores. That's what they're doing. They're increasing every year. Can be mounted by adjacent troops. I don't like. Sorry, I was looking at the boar there. Don't like that. I don't have a place to put that really, unless I put it in a different place to what I'd originally imagined. I'm going to take the poison vial. To wage war against another king. I think we're okay against the King of Blood. Let's try that. Okay, so let's use poison. I should have. Do you know what? I should have done that on the archers. That was silly, because the archers are pretty much guaranteed to get shot. That was silly. I wasn't really thinking there. Okay, so these spores are quite handy. They're quite good, and they seem to be, they seem to sort of stack up over time. They're a good early card to get because they sort of snowball, and you don't really have to do too much. Right, levels up target plot. I'm sort of tempted to level up these guys because I just think they're actually doing a lot. Very happy with my spores, as you can see. King of Greed has these troops that can launch in behind you and take your archers. Yeah, feeling very good. Right, mercenary makes sense if you're going for lots of gold. I'm sort of a bit ambivalent about these kinds of things. So gains 1% attack speed for each gold you receive. Again, that sort of, you know, if you're making lots of gold, that sort of makes sense. Let's upgrade the castle. Oh, okay. Let's see. We've got merchant. This is quite good, actually. This is, in fact, this is very good. And given I completely lost track of what year it is. So I think what I do want is unit explodes when killed, dealing 10% HP as area damage. I like that one for my soldiers. Units attack triggers a lightning chain. That's quite a good one as well, but I don't actually have the money for that. I should have maybe been a bit more careful there. Oh, that's really annoying. I'm going to do that just in case. Just in case I'm on year 9 and I get that blessing, that would be good. Right, these are all quite good, but I can't afford them. So let's go out here. Right, upgrade the castle. Unit explodes when killed, dealing area damage. Let's do that. Okay. Right, we're on year 11. I completely missed that. There we go. Just absolutely stealing everything. No idea what I'm doing. Okay. Right. Miraculously, we still seem to be doing okay. I like the idea of having some more soldiers. I really do, but I also think we've got soldiers already. So is that a bit limited? I don't know, but I also feel like to make the most of the build that we've got, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a soldier here, and then I'm going to look to put probably the farm next to it. So I've got a whole bunch more soldiers. You see, every time you play the King of Greed, they have these little annoying high-pitched voice people that sort of spring around at the back. Okay, I don't want to go with the vault. When this troop kills, there's a 2% chance to receive 1 gold, so yeah, why not? How many troops have we got? 9. Okay, so I was trying to get to grips with the numbers here. So I don't know what this is, if this is 9 times 2 or something like that. Yeah, not sure how these numbers work exactly. I'm going to put the farm down every year +1. That's quite helpful actually, given the numbers that we just looked at. That could really make quite a big difference. Okay. I think these spores are really effective, you know. I've only got 3 sets of troops. Range sniper troops always attacks the most distant target. Yeah, I think that works. I don't have any towers, so there's no point in increasing the attack speed. So this is a Royal Decree phase. Unlocks 3 new random plots. I'm assuming that means around here. That would be really powerful. That's really powerful. Wow. Right, so I want to put my elf here, and then I'll get extra recruits. That's really handy. Even if they're sort of not optimal plots, I mean, the fact that you've just got 3 more plots is worth a lot. You can, with all these games, you're kind of, it's about the intensity of performance. numbers, but this just allows you to stack a lot more troops in there, so that's really quite powerful. Tempted to go for some more archers, that would be, and just make the most of this bonus that happens over time. I think I'm going to do that, given that the benefit of this really is in terms of how it stacks over time, how it allows your troops to improve over time, even if you're not really doing too much to them yourself. That was something, wasn't it? Right, if an adjacent unit dies in battle, summons an imp to fight in its place. I quite like that, but I can't think of whether I'm going to have... Just trying to think. I think I could... Let me see. Yeah, I was trying to remember the layout here. Basically, I was trying to think if I could put it here and put it between 3 things, and actually that works out really well because these are the troops in the front line who are most likely to die. That's actually really quite something. If we can fill in this gap and put a troop there, that's going to be quite strong, I think. Right, there we go. Okay, Paladin. I think that would be a good idea. I feel like you need some heavyweight troops. I'm tempted to wait until this one unlocks. So that's an Eternal 2. So for now, I think let's just beef up some of the troops that we've got. I'm going to stick the Paladins in there when that happens. I think compared to the last game, it feels like I've got a lot more options having had that Royal Decree, which unlocked these 2 additional sites, because I can either put additional troops down, or just some towers or something. Destroy target plot to receive 30 gold. Don't need that. Mercenaries. I don't have lots of gold making machinery. I feel you need to have a build that's dedicated to that to make the most of it. Every year adds 2% attack speed to adjacent troops and constructions. Ideally you'd put that between the 2 archers. What I might do, I don't know, is just, it's not ideal, but I might put one of these back here. For now I'm just going to go with that. So, I mean, the mercenaries, because I haven't got loads of gold, they're not really going to do very much. I want to wait till I've got that extra bit of land, and then I'll put the paladins down. Elf range sniper troop always attacks the most distant target. I think that's quite useful. Clone the card of the selected plot. Does that mean you get the bonuses of that? It says clone the card, not clone the troop. That could be really, really powerful, but I just don't know exactly how that works. So I'm going to try and sort of fill up some of my, we've got this magic plot expansion thing, so I'm going to go with this one. In the future I think I'm probably going to go with this one, and then that'll be really powerful because it'll give me the benefits of the cemetery as well. Highly defensive melee troops. Okay. And this is... I think the last time we went through this, it felt like we were just heavily constrained the whole time. Whereas this now feels like there's really quite a few options. I think this is quite a good one. Area damage, current sacrifice an adjacent unit per level to gain +2 damage. Yeah, I just don't see the value. I mean, I guess the point is you get something that's really powerful, but there's a pretty big trade-off there, isn't there? Right, I don't have anywhere amazing to put this, so I'm sort of tempted to put it at the back. These troops are pretty brutal. They just kind of get in amongst you at the back, and yeah, they did quite well there. Right, thief, assassin troop that jumps to enemy's back line. Do you know what? Given how dangerous I've just seen these be, that makes a lot of sense. Receive 9 free re-rolls. I hardly ever re-roll. Maybe that's because they're not free. Bunker increases the attack speed of your towers by 50%. And every poison effect. I think I've got one. Have I got one poison effect going? Decisions. None of these are particularly good. That one is actually probably the most useful, given that I don't have any towers. I don't know if the demon pit counts as a tower. Anyway, let's go with this, and let's put the thief here. I want to put the elves here. Right, thieves get to the back and start causing havoc. They're actually very effective, aren't they? That was pretty brutal, wasn't it? Right, poison vial. That makes a lot of sense given the bonus that we've got. Just trying to think in terms of what are these guys? Always attack the most distant. What do these guys attack? Deals weak but fast range damage. Okay, so I think it makes sense. Let me just. How many? So these have still got 9. They haven't increased in size. Okay, let's do this one. So hopefully then you start getting a lot more kind of poison damage. That felt pretty efficient to me. Right. Runs towards the enemy, explodes, dealing area damage. Fast and aggressive troops. I need to pay attention. Attacks, heal it for 25% of damage dealt. Difficult to know who to apply that to, though. I mean, I guess that works for sort of heavy infantry that can survive, but I'm not sure it works as well for the swordsmen, who are kind of a bit in the middle. Fast and aggressive troop with many small units. I think these are quite good, actually. Right, diplomat. My lord, our diplomats can now make peace with an enemy king. I think these guys are causing us more trouble. So we've got the king of nothing, the king of nature, and the king of blood. Right. So we've got 2 plots left. These plots are a bit isolated and can't really benefit from very much. I think the imps might be more useful. I think the way I used the imps in the last game is that they had sort of explosives. I guess what these guys might do is sort of just draw a bit of fire. They're also kind of quite good if, in this kind of situation, they're quite good at getting towards the back lines fairly quickly as well. Spores accumulate every battle. Sort of tempted to go with this, actually. I'll go with the orchard. So I'll put the orchard there. I think that, you know, I think just a bit of variety is probably sensible. I've not seen it before, so I wouldn't mind seeing what it does. Let's see what the root's doing this. I'm not sure about how useful these are, to be honest. Yeah, not terribly sure about that one, to be honest, but there we go. I think some heavy troops is probably a good idea. So, oh, multi-projectile tower shoots 1 extra projectile per construction in your kingdom. Now that's interesting. That stacks really nicely, doesn't it? But I've got nowhere to put it. So I just don't think any of these make sense. These would be brilliant if I had any spaces, but I do not. And I've also got plans to use that remaining if we get another space. I've got plans to use that. I'm going to get rid of the mercenary, I don't need it. I think the farm is a good one, actually. Particularly the sweet spot of the farm, the one that's in the middle of the farm, and the forest. So you're getting more troops, and the troops are getting better all the time. That's quite powerful, isn't it? Right. I think we now need unit bonuses. So I'm going to go with this one on the basis they're on the front line and they sort of need to be healed. Don't know if that's the best trade-off, but that sort of makes sense. Just trying to use my ranged attack to stomp these guys down. We've done very well. It feels like quite a powerful build that we've got. Right, units attack. Attacks applies 1 poison stack to the enemy. Let's do that. That makes most sense, doesn't it? Unit bonuses. Right, so here's the final bit of land that we're going to get. I'm going to choose this one, and I'm going to put a paladin down, and that means that we just get the benefit of the cemetery, which means you get some replacement image if they troops don't, which I think is a good thing to have. Okay, so we've got lots of imps, so we obviously had quite a few people die. Levelling up a plot is definitely a very sensible thing to do. Summons 1 demon per level. Health, damage. Oh. It feels like these guys, so we've only got 9 of them, whereas these have got 19. Damage 3. Damage 3.45. They've got lots of other things going on there. Let's see, damage, quite a lot of damage there. There's 18 of them. Critical chance 10, critical chance 5. Don't know what that means. Not sure that any of this information is particularly intuitive. I don't think there's any point in upgrading these. I do like the idea. We've got about 6 years to go, 5-6 years to go. I'm gonna level up these guys. Don't know if that's the right idea, but they're increasing all the time. They're quite powerful. Gosh. just been an absolute godsend. Right, I don't think we've got, this is, yeah, none of these really work because we haven't got any plots. One thing I haven't done before is I'll just see if that stacks on the existing Demon's Temple in the way that the castle stacks. That's interesting, wow. You can no longer choose your loot. Receive 2 cards after. That is definitely worth it. Okay. Can I stack that? Okay, yes, that does stack. That's really worth knowing, actually. And then we've got 3. That's especially if we can get a building which affects the surrounding troops. That could be really powerful. We don't want something that does progression, we want something that's got a sort of a permanent bonus. You know what, I'm going to go with that anyway. So that's making the troops stronger and stronger. It's just a shame that we're not going to get too much time to spend. I can stick another troop immediately next to the forest. Okay, there we go. I mean, we've looked for a long time like we're quite strong. I think you want to level up your target plot, don't you? Oh, that's something, isn't it? Huge bolts with piercing damage. Yes. I quite like the idea of having these executioners as well, I've got to be honest with you, but I think ranged troop that shoots huge bolts with piercing damage. I think let's do that. I don't think we need any more. So I'm going to, well, I tell you what, because I can play both of them, can't I? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Right, so I think that means that will benefit as well. I'll put the executioner there. Okay, so the question of whether the forest is as good an idea as I would make it. I'll tell you what, those mushrooms were a great investment. I'll get the Demon's Altar and I can upgrade that. I mean, at this stage, yeah, that's probably the best thing I could do. That's actually really useful to know, I didn't know that. I wonder if that works with the mushrooms as well. Okay. Oh, we just decimated them, didn't we? Do you know what? I'm going to try that. Let's see. Let's play all of our cards, so we'll find out. We'll find out. Can we stack it? Yes, we can. Oh my goodness. I should have stacked that a long time ago. Right. 1 poison stack to the enemy. I think it makes sense for that to be the archers. Unfortunately, always attacks the most distant troops. So let's do that there, because you get that poison bonus across more troops. Ranged sniper, I've got nowhere to put it. Oh well. Okay, so here we go. This time, Champion of Blood. Doesn't seem to work at all. Okay. I lost the Champion of Blood before. Okay, I think I'm trying to destroy their army. And then, because I just launched the catapult thing. So I'm down to 71 troops. Okay, now we're destroying the champion of blood. I think we're going to win this. Oh yes, oh yes, first victory, 3 games in. Your kingdom has thrived. Oh, let's celebrate that moment. Look at that, the confetti is falling. How exciting. Right. You've got to appreciate these moments, haven't you? That felt a lot better. That really, the +3 in terms of the plots was hugely important, and I got good bonus squares as well. The mushrooms did a lot, and getting them early was really useful too. And I'm sure that leveling up that demon temple thing was useful. Always level up the demon temple. There we go. There's a lesson. Right, what is? I'm just going to see what happens next. I can continue playing. That's kind of interesting. I tell you what, I will continue playing, but it's going to be on the next video. So come back and enjoy more of this build, and let's see how far we can go with this. How exciting! Thanks very much for joining, and I'll see you again very soon.